We are beginning the quarterfinal game here from Whitby, Ontario, as your 2011 Pittsburgh Penguins elite team takes on Jeremy. Who are they taking on there this morning?
The Halton Hurricanes.
The Halton Hurricanes. There we go. Good morning, everybody, and welcome to some Sunday morning hockey action. As the Penguins starting lineup in goal, number 1, the Squish Tender. On defense, number 92, Tyler Bolus, and number 88, Daniel Foster. Up front at wing, Lucas Jones, and number 19, Jimmy Halliday, and at center, number 90, Jack Carlson. The Penguins work the puck around the offensive zone, trying to get to their game early here. Puck goes in behind the Halton net, and it's Foster who chases the puck back into their own zone as the Penguins will get a fresh set of bodies on the ice. Bolus up to Pearsall, carries the puck up, goes down the right wing boards, looks to the middle, passes across. Oh, Brenneman almost buries it. And now it's Costa. Costa at the point to Bros. They're going to call a hand pass on the play there, Jeremy. I'm not sure who played it, but we're going to get a face-off in the neutral zone. Pearsall on to take the draw with Costa and Brenneman. Bros on in track on D. Track up to Brenneman. Zach skates up the right wing boards. Shooting. Glove save by the goalie. Bounces out. Rebound. Couldn't quite get captured by Pittsburgh. And Halton Hurricanes throw the puck back into the Pittsburgh Penguin zone. Bros in track play catch behind the net. As the Hurricanes come in, I think they have a record of, 3-1 in this game coming into the contest here.
I'm going to apologize now. Our stream is brutal. Both the Wi-Fi and my cell signal back in Rink 6 are on the struggle bus.
Carlson with the shot on net. Oh, just blocked aside. Great pass there by Golnack. Carlson with the puck. Plays it up, and the Halton Hurricanes are going to get an ice. And with that, face-off will come back into the Halton zone.
Thank you here to the Commodore, Pearsall, running the play-by-play while I try to get us some relevant anything.
I could use some heat there, Jeremy. I could use a little heat. Coldest drink I've been in this weekend.
Are you asking me to cuddle? That's not something I'm opposed to.
Okay. Penguins play catch in the offensive zone. It's Golnack with the puck down low, and the Hurricanes get it. Try to get the puck out. That's going to be kept alive by Carlson. Works the puck down into the left wing boards. Hurricanes get it, and they're going to come up. They're going to get the puck out of their own zone. And the Penguins are going to break up that play, and they're going to look right back up. We have Golnack to Pearsall. Pearsall taking the puck wide into the offensive zone. Pearsall cuts down the left wing side, shooting, and a great save by the Hurricane goaltender. Foster in track play catch. And now the Hurricanes are going to come back into the Penguin zone. Shot on net, brushed aside by Foster. Always a steady defenseman. And now it's Pearsall who's going to skate up towards the middle of the ice. He's going to look.
We have a choppy, to say the least, signal, but we're, not allowed to stream the game anyway. So we'll get everything loaded afterwards. Do the best to get you what we can get you here. A 0-0 game here as it's worked in front of the Penguins net. Swiped away by Joe.
Thank God. Jeremy Evans back on the color. Play-by-play.
Jones, the power forward for the Penguins, has been just that all weekend. Powerful as he drives the outside. I think he tried to send one back door there to Halliday, the goaltender getting in the way.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So 5:07 to play here. as Halton fires it out the center off the draw. Track possesses, turns out of some trouble, finds Brenneman for the one-toucher to the middle. Nice read by the Hurricanes to get control. They'll fire one in. Squish will get the first shot. And the rebound up underneath the goaltender.
Boy. Great teamwork there. Squish and Bros combined to keep that puck out of the cage there, Jeremy. Big save there.
So the first one comes off Squish, bounces out front. Rebound gathered in, sent back in on Squish. Came off the pad. Bros able to get it in the crease and shove it back under the goaltender. Carlson will take the draw for Track. Off the skate of Bros. Rimmed around for Costa. Crashing down the wall comes the Hurricanes. Their centering pass picked off by Brenneman. He finds Costa. Costa finds Carlson. And the speedy forwards into the offensive zone. Weaving it back in front. The pass is blocked, but he stays with it. Able to get it behind to Brenneman. Brenneman knocked down on the play. It'll be Costa pressuring the corner as Halton breaks up the far side. Here's Burrows with it at center. He turns away from some trouble. Puck will come free to Costa where he's in a battle. One thing I've noticed early, this Halton team right there battling at every point.
Yep.
So the pressure, they're going to be like similar to the Penguins here, I think, in bringing a lot of pressure. Every time there's a forward on or a defenseman on the puck at all times. Often more than one. As we'll also try to stay out of your screenshot here.
Jeremy, something I noticed, I don't see the other coaches on the bench. I see Hannon. I don't see Pelly. I don't see Halliday. So,
I believe Pelly working on with the 13s.
Okay. Oh, and there.
And Jimmy Halliday pops up. It's whack-a-coach. Whack-a-mole, whack-a-coach.
I guess so. Halliday was attending to the skate of one Zach Brenneman, right?
I believe that's icing on Halton. I believe we're good to go on the outgoing. Super secret. Replay. As it's worked in front. Golnak spins one just wide of the cage. It's picked up behind the net by Pearsall. Popped around on the breakout attempt by Halton. Halton in white for this one. White jerseys. The logo you see on your screen on the chest. Blue pants. Combination of two shades of blue and white on the socks and white buckets. Your Penguins in gold. The gold uniforms with the Penguin logo on the chest. The black pants, the gold socks, and the iconic gold Pens Elite helmets as we battle along the wall. Bouncing puck comes free. Can Flume pull it through? He's having a heck of a weekend. Up off of the high stick, a Pearsall played at the point. The face-off will come out. And I believe in Canada, it's just at center. It is not the whole way down. So some different rules here.
Interesting.
Not as damaging as a high stick within the 58 states of the United States of America.
I'll tell you what is damaging is that referee's wicked mustache, Jeremy.
It is a dandy as Carlson comes across and finds Jimmy Halliday, and it might be early in the morning. But, Grandma, you better hide those better because Jimmy Halliday has found those cookies on the top shelf.
Big first goal there for the Penguins. In a playoff game, Jeremy, you always want to get the momentum. You always want to jump up early. And you see the Penguins with a surgical play. Carlson down the right wing boards, feeds it across to Halliday. He makes no mistake. He ripped that puck into the back of the cage.
And we got that replay for you here on Cine TV. And we're back to live action. Here's Halton gets it in. We talk about it all the time. You're going to get sick of me hearing it. Shift after a goal. And right here's Halton firing it into the middle. They'll break free in the stick of Jones. Breaks up the play.
Great play by Jones there.
Sent back into the Penguins and for Foster. He goes D to his partner Bolus up the wall to be spun in by the Penguins goal scorer, Mr. Jimmy Halliday. I believe the third or fourth.
Mm-hmm.
Is it the third or the fourth? It might be the fourth.
I think it is the fourth.
James Halliday Quattro. As Costa gets it, he'll bank it off the boards. Taken over by Halton. They'll dump it in behind the squish tender for Bros. The squish tender looking a bit like a popsicle in there right now as a cross-ice feed by Brenneman. Picked off, tapped to the opposite corner. Avoiding sticks, but Bros will be in to compete for it, and it'll come back low to high to the point. A fake shot, and we'll have an offside play.
What do we call the point there, Jeremy? What do we call the point? We call the point Breakaway City.
That was almost a very dangerous situation.
You cover the point, good things happen.
For Halton, anyway. Almost
right.
an advantageous situation for the boys in goal.
That's right.
It'll be rimmed around again behind Squish. Bros in the opposite corner. Battled for their track in deep as well. Able to get control, go off the wall looking for Brenneman. It's just past his reach. We'll battle along the boards again. It comes back to the point for a shot. Off the squish tender to the area behind the cage for Bros. Squish getting a little bit of action here. Halton stepping things up since the Penguins took the 1-0 lead, of which Mr. Bros would like me to update the scoreboard.
Most of those puck battles down low, Jeremy, it looks like there's typically 2 Halton players per Penguin, you know? I see them trying to outnumber the players down low there.
I know the stream's cutting in and out, folks. We're doing the best that we can. It is a connection issue. We have 2 connections trying to get this stream out. We've combined a cell phone signal with the Wi-Fi, so. Shot comes in off the stick of Flume, off the netminder into the corner where they'll battle. Here's Pelly coming down low, driving into the corner. Read well by Carlson as he'll retreat to play defense as back comes Halton. Flume with the back pressure. Chappie with the battle mode. And we'll get a dump in by Halton on the delayed offsides at the horn, and we'll get through 1 period. A 9-minute first period. I did check what time they actually dropped the puck. Again, 13 minutes go on the clock for warm-ups. You get a 3-minute warm-up, and then they leave the clock run until you can manage to drop the puck. So,
I've never seen that before.
it's the Silver Sticks. I've only seen it once before, and that was when the 2010s were here.
It's Silver Sticks, okay.
Yep.
Nice. So, Jeremy, you see at center ice the 2 goalies, Calabrese and Squish, talking. What do you think they're, what are they going over there? Game
So I've
notes?
inquired.
Okay.
So I've talked to the squish tender, and I've said, hey, when you guys come together in between periods, what do you guys talk about? He goes, goalie stuff.
Goalie stuff, okay.
So right now, do you know what they're talking about?
I would say goalie stuff.
Goalie stuff.
Okay.
These 2, great partnership they have.
Yep.
Neither one of them has a bigger fan than the other one. Huge fans of each other. They support each other, always picking each other up.
Love it. That's the way you want.
It's phenomenal.
It's a winning formula. And speaking of a winning formula, Jeremy, you'll hear me say it time and time again. The next goal is a big one. We get up 2-0. You know, you start to build something. 1-1, not so much, right? Let's get that next one here.
We will bring you the MedMal 1 scouting report here on Halton. Halton, the number 6 team in Ontario. They're from west of the city of Toronto. They play in the SCTCA, or SCTA, I believe it's called. As a shot comes in off the stick of Golnak. Off the side of the netminder, rebound comes free. Carlson shot off the shin pad. A one-timer by Flume, kicked away. Belly will keep it at the line, faking a shot, coming around. Firing it down low, he was looking for the stick of Carlson there. Chappie will keep things up at the point. Penguins will rotate high. That F3 this time, Golnak covering. Flume on the right side of the puck there to wedge it forward. Comes to Chappell, over to Carlson. Carlson to Pelly, and his shot blocker to side.
Great way to start the period here for the Penguins.
Halton comes into this game, came into the tournament 19-2-2, 3-1 in the tournament. So 21-3-2 with some huge wins. They've beaten Oakville. They've beaten our good friends in Rochester a couple times. And so some really big-time wins for this Halton team. They seem very well organized. As Pearsall battles along the boards, he'll get boarded from behind, and we're going to see it, folks. The all-important 7 Fields Wealth Management power play. We've seen it be dangerous this weekend.
Yep.
We've also seen the icing break it up quite a bit.
That's right.
And I think a lot of times we've noticed it's the face-off.
Well,
If you could control that face-off.
that's right. We saw it a couple times yesterday. You lose that face-off in the offensive zone. You spend the next minute and a half trying to get the puck back in, get possession.
So here the Penguins are able to control. It'll be Foster to Bolus. Bolus has it roll off his stick, but there's Pearsall to chop it forward for the power forward Jones. Pearsall, Jones, and Halliday up front. Bolus and Foster on the back end as Pearsall twists with it along the wall. Plays switch with Jones. Jones powerfully drives the middle, sends it across for a shot. Driven to the net by Foster and stopped and covered.
Yeah, good pressure there by the Penguins up top, working the top of that umbrella. And Jones, as he likes to do, drives the puck to the middle.
Penguins control the draw again. Here's Pearsall dancing along the wall. Up for Bolus. Bolus at the center point in front. Here's Halliday with a one-timer. The snapshot, not quite a one-timer. He stopped at first, but getting a nasty snapshot off in the large netminder for Halton. Able to get a glove on it.
Couple face-off wins there, keeping the puck in the offensive zone. Hopefully they can keep it up here with 1:21 left on the power play.
It'll be Pearsall leading over the dot on the far side. This one controlled by Halton, but not cleared. Pearsall getting a stick to it. He'll go up to Bolus at the point. Bolus right back to Pearsall. Driving in, working, firing, rebound, bouncing in front. Off of his stick and cleared behind. Halliday will try to tap it in and wrap it around from behind. It's back to Jones. Jones to Bolus. Bolus' shot bounces through. Jones to the rebound. His shot snagged out of the air with the glove. Couldn't hold on to it, though. Penguins maintain control. Here's Bolus to Pearsall. Pearsall sending a cross-ice feed for the one-time swipe by Foster. It comes off the stick to the corner. Bolus will keep at the point for a shot to be driven in. It's deflected by Jones and gobbled up by the netminder, who is well out of it on top of that crease. The goaltender Park coming up big.
Jeremy, I love that tip by Jones there. I think these boys are starting to learn, that tip can really throw things off for the goaltender there.
Great save by the netminder to track that deflection. 1-0 Penguins, 40 seconds left on the man advantage as Track controls. The Penguins have, looks like Track and Burrows. Track comes across the top of the crease. He'll play it over to Carlson. Carlson back to Burrows. Burrows will look to Track. Track has Brenneman in front, but I don't think he had the passing lane. Good job retreating there as the Penguins continue to set it up. Carlson will challenge, he'll play it up high to Burrows. Burrows trying for Track, it's in his feet. Back comes Halton. Halton short-handed now. They'll dump it in behind the Penguins. Defense, Carlson will go back to pick it up. He's up the wall, twisting with it. Brenneman, good read there. Not to just throw the puck to the middle. They were reading that play earlier. Now the Penguins kind of possessing that puck, getting another scoring chance. The penalty has expired on Halton, so the Penguins unable to convert on the power play, but it's not for lack of chances.
Nope.
It was for great goaltending. The number one player on that PK was definitely the netminder, as it's wedged by Burrows. Pelly back to challenge. A centering pass comes all the way through the high slot. Pearsall, fresh off the bench, attacks the point, finds Costa. Costa driving in to the outside. Tripped up on the play as he's heavy into the wall. He'll jump right back up. Golnack and Pearsall battling behind the net. Swiped away from Golnack. So now we're going to see that trademark physicality of these Canuck teams, the Canadians. Physical, as there'll be an icing on Halton with 10:45 to play.
You like to see the Penguins continue to maintain the momentum off that power play there. They had great momentum, great scoring chances down there. Let's see if they can kind of keep that puck possession going here in the offensive zone.
Penguins will send Pearsall to the face-off dot. It'll be swiped back by Halton, but immediate pressure by the Penguins forwards, and they'll be able to get control. It's Flume off the wall, driving to the middle. Pearsall with a shot that's kicked out. Pearsall with it. He'll carry it up top, leaving it for Pelly. Pelly firing one, blockered away. This has been the,
what do they call it?
Deflected puck, and they're going to say it went out of play. I don't think it did,
No.
but they're going to say that it hit the netting. So we'll get a face-off in the offensive zone. This has been the best goaltending we've seen thus far.
Absolutely.
lesser goaltending, and this game could be out of hand already. And that's one of those things. When you look at a team that's able to kind of beat a Rochester a couple times, able to beat Oakville, who's one of the top teams here in Ontario, begin to okay, what is it that they have? Well, right now I can tell you one thing they have is phenomenal net minding.
Yep.
As the Penguins have it in behind, bouncing puck will come free. Chappell with the shot. It's blocked by a Penguin in front. Shot from Pelly, and that one will find the back of the net. Cameron Pelly. And crispity, crunchity, peanut buttery fudge nuggets. The Penguins take a 2-love lead.
Definitely a non-traditional goal there, Jeremy, as Flume appeared to do a Michael Jackson breakdance split in the crease as he went down with the goalie. And the goalie out of the net as Cameron Pelly looks up from the point, sees a wide open cage and makes no mistake about it.
So Pelly with the tally to give the Penguins a 2-0 lead. And we talk about that big-time momentum you can get. Here's the shift after, and the Penguins dive right back in. A good scoring chance. We're seeing a possessed Jim Halliday right now.
I was just going to say that. You see, I don't know what he had for breakfast, but boy, he's flying right now.
It'll be up top for the Chappie. The Chappie.
The Chappie.
He won't like that. They're Penn State people. That reminds him of the Ohio State. So we'll keep it to Chappie. As the Penguins ice the puck, it'll come back into the Penguins' end.
Yeah, the Penguins starting to roll some shifts here in the offensive zone. And as we've said before, you always think about the goaltender who hasn't faced any shots here in the last couple of minutes, right?
Especially when it's minus 308 in the rink.
Yes, it's absolute zero in the rink this morning.
I wish I had my Quebec gear. My wife has the Quebec gears. Shot comes in, and there you mentioned it. Squished, equal to the task, able to reach the glove up, tracking that shot from the point, snagging it up high, keeping the puck out, and keeping the Penguins up 2-0.
That was a hard shot too.
That was a laser beam as Bolus twists in the corner. You would like to know that it's in the second period, and it is. I got to update that on the scoreboard as Halton puts it in the Penguin zone. 9 minutes to play, second period. This is where they're going to need the pushback if they're going to come back in this one. Pearsall coming up the left, centering feed. Brenneman in by himself. He goes forehand, and it just rolls off right to Pearsall, who sends it off the side of the cage. I believe the 09's advancing as well, correct, George?
Correct. They play the Toronto Titans at 9 o'clock.
Wonderful stuff. So the Penguins showing up well, the Pearsall boys specifically, all of them into the playoffs. As it's bounced around to be swiped to the middle by Halton, they'll come out to center.
Pearsalls are hoping for a long day, Jeremy.
A long day. Potential 6-game day for the Pearsalls. As it's Carlson weaving in. Great move to the outside. He'll drag to the middle for a wrister that's into the paraphernalia and held.
Great play by Carlson there. Almost made a little bit of a video game deke, right? He kind of cut in and pulled the puck to the inside, ripped the puck on net. Jack, always creative.
The Ritz-Carlson. Putting on the Ritz-Carlson. As Flume carries it behind. It's taken by Halton. Bounced around in the Hurricanes. Will fire it up to center. The USS Rowan Burrows gets to it. He'll send a full saucy up towards the wing. It's picked off. Back in comes Halton. Driving in. Firing one. Blockered aside by the squish tender. Another centering feed. That one picked off by Track. He snaps one off. Here's Golnack out of the zone. Cross ice feed to Flume, and the Penguins potentially have numbers here as the Flume gains the zone. Drives the middle. Has it swiped away, but Carlson there to take control. He's knocked down behind the play, and back comes the Hurricanes. Driving to the middle, Penguin defense there to say no sirree, and back comes Carlson. Weaving, leaving. He's got Golnack. Golnack with a bit of saucy just over the stick of Lyndon Track. He'll pop it back deep for Carlson. He'll spin one on the backhand trying for Golnack. It'll bounce all the way to Chappie at center. He'll regroup, twisting it in. Penguins getting a change. Penguins are off sides here. They're continuing to change as they're able to get fresh bodies on.
Penguins seem to be adapting to the touch up offsides, Jeremy.
Actually using it there, I
Yep.
thought. You know, Chappie under a little bit of trouble is like, fine, I can fire it in there and we'll continue our line changes.
Yep.
As the Penguins fire it up ice, they're going to say icing. That's a gift.
Ooh.
That defenseman absolutely could have played that ball.
Those are some alligator arms there.
Yeah.
Very little effort. And you see the 09 team now, Jeremy, coming into to our left.
I hear it's cold therapy. They want to come in and
I think
get
so.
chilled off before they get.
I think so. Oh, my God.
As it's bounced in behind the Penguins net to be rimmed around by Pelly on the backhand. He'll find Chappie. Chappie up to Pearsall. Pearsall over to Jones. Jones driving in, bouncing. Puck comes in on net. Halliday swipes at it. Pearsall at the side of the cage. The whistle blows. We get a stop and play. 6-11.
You know what I love about Jones? You see, some players whacking after the whistle, refs yelling. You always see Lucas Jones in there stirring the pot, huh?
He actually got called for roughing yesterday when he got knocked out.
Okay.
It was like, wait, hold on. The face-off controlled by the Penguins, Jones. Back for Pelly. Ramped off of a stick bouncing puck will be gathered in by Pearsall. Does a nice job in the Zamboni corner, which are always rough to spin out, keep control. Finding Chappie. Chappie will rim it back to that corner. And it'll wrap all the way around, but not quite out. It will come out and be chipped to the line. Back in behind the Penguins net for Chappell. One thing I've noticed, cold rink, I obviously watch the goaltender quite a bit, given that he's my son.
Yep.
Used to affect Squish a lot. Now I notice all the way up the ice, you'll see him continue to move, learning that movement equals warmth a lot of the time. And so you'll see him even sometimes when the puck's in the offensive zone, kind of over there, readjusting position, skating a bit, getting movement in to stay a little bit warmer and a little bit fresh. I'll never forget when he was real young, we were in, I think it was Detroit, and we won the grinder in heroic fashion. He made like it was a shootout. And everybody's like cheering, and he comes off the ice looking sad. And we're like, you just wanted a shootout, buddy. Like, made the big save. He's like, Dad, I'm freezing. My hands are numb. So
I remember it. I remember it well.
They wanted him to, like, sign the night, and he couldn't do it. So shot comes in. Squish gets that in the gullet. Able to hold on. Another heavy shot, that one from the point.
You're hoping to see some of the pressure here, the Penguins, start to wear down this team. Typically the Penguins invest in the first and second to really get that third period payoff. And I will say the Hurricanes doing a pretty nice job here, pushing back. I don't see them giving up at all.
I've noted, the Penguins often, you mentioned, that next goal. And, in this case, the Penguins got that second goal. And a lot of times we see that stack for the Penguins into 3, 4. This time Halton doing a good job, and I actually even think limiting a couple of the chances. We saw probably more chances when it was 1-0 than we have so far when it's been 2.
Right. Well-coached team, I'm sure.
They seem well organized. Look at, there's the pressure. They play the game similarly.
Yep.
Here's Brenneman, deep centering feed. That one's cut off, spun behind for the protection of the net, and there's a tic-tac-toe breakout. Just rolling off the stick, swiping at it where the Penguins, it comes free to Halton. They'll drive the far side corner, left wing of the Penguin zone. Up for Brenneman. He kind of gets twisted up as the puck was between his legs. Sent back to the corner for a stop and start by Halton. Wedged out in front, picked up by Carlson. Carlson kind of flicks it up the wall. That doesn't get all the way through, and it'll come back to the point. D-to-D play. Pressure by Brenneman. It'll go deep again to the corner to be spun all the way through the crease. Banked back in, and it's all Halton right now as the puck pops up in the air. Glove down by Bolus. Back to the corner it goes. Halton applying pressure. Just going to feel a little bit of pressure here.
Oh.
As a centering pass avoids everybody, comes out the center. Can the Penguins get anybody off? Brenneman's headed off. Looks like Carlson's headed off, but looks like Halton's right back in the Penguin zone. Perhaps a tough change there. If they're going to head off there, they got to go faster than that.
Yep.
Two kids kind of coasting to the bench there. They got to move. As it's Halton back on it to the point for a shot, and Squish will get control and hold on for a whistle.
That is a big stoppage of play there, Jeremy. Penguins were on the ropes there a bit. You see this Hurricanes team really pushing back. An impressive group. Honestly, they look a little bit like this Penguin squad, the way they play.
I agree. You can see why they're so highly regarded here in Ontario. Waved out of the dot was Pearsall, so Flume will step in. We've seen that a ton in this tournament. I don't think I've ever seen as many kids waved out of the dot. As a pass comes all the way through, shot from the point, blocked by a defenseman. Penguins pinned in their own end here for the last 2 minutes. It's behind for Burrows. Up the wall for Flume. Flume able to deflect it out the center. Pearsall gets there, twists into the offensive zone. He'll send it across for Flume. Back to Pearsall, and the Penguins are in the Halton zone. Can they create something here? Cross-ice feed, Flume there. His shot bouncing around in front, cleared out to the point for Burrows. Burrows to track. That puck got in behind the goaltender.
Yep.
I don't know how it didn't end up in the net. It's up top for Flume. Now track, now Burrows. Burrows. Smart play to the corner off the stick of Golnack. Pressure coming from Pearsall. It'll free it up for Flume to tap it back to Pearsall. Pearsall tried to center one to Golnack. That's picked off. Golnack stays right with it, and he is lassoed. The old Yellowstone rodeo going on down here as it comes back out for Burrows. Burrows back to Golnack. Golnack driving in, goes down low to Flume. Flume twists it back in front, avoids the sticks, but there's track to keep it in and pop it to the corner. 2:05 to play, second period.
Good response by the Penguins here after that long shift in their own zone.
Here's Burrows up the wall, sending it back down the wall for Golnack. He'll twist it to the corner. Looking to center. Golnack comes free to Track. Track goes back to him. He'll drive off the half wall. Cutting in front. Bouncing puck comes to Burrows. Burrowsy. Oh, just kind of skates around it. It's a 2-on-1. It'll be down the right wing side. Track in. It'll carry around. Squish, and he stays out. Wow. He went between the legs of Track, picked it up on the other side. Squish came out to challenge. He pulled it around him, but fired it all the way through. Unable to get it past. And the Penguins survived that rush. It's battled for in behind. I don't think Squish got a piece of it, but holy, I mean, it's almost probably better he didn't. It was kind of came from behind the net across. Carlson spins it in front.
I was actually thinking on that last prolonged zone shift, Jeremy, it wouldn't have been nice to see the Penguins sneak in a fresh body or two, got an offensive zone change, just to keep the pressure rolling.
Especially in this period where you get that in-zone change capability.
Correct.
And the way the benches are set up, it's even easier here. Because you got like halfway down that zone for the offensive door in this case. As it's kicked at. Carried behind by Halton as they're back in the Penguin zone. Stopping and starting on Pelly. Gets free for a blast from the point that's fanned on. Off the heel of the stick. They'll try it again, this time D-to-D. Out to challenge the Penguins. Kicked out by Squish. Picked up by Halliday. Halliday driving up the left into the offensive zone. Gets bumped all the way to the corner. He continues to carry. Continues to get bumped. No worse for wear as it comes free to Brenneman before being whacked back out to center off the stick of Bolus. Penguins need to kind of just calmly control this here. 3, 2, and 1, and we'll head to the third with a 2-0 lead.
Ooh, that was an exciting period of hockey there. You see the Hurricanes really pushing back, and it's going to make for an exciting final 15 minutes here.
So it is third period action. Yeah, we saw the Penguins really kind of carry the beginning of the period when it was 1-0, creating a ton of chances.
Mm-hmm.
They got that goal, right?
Yep.
They probably had another shift and a half, and since then, Halton's really kind of come back, storming back, creating chances, working it low to high in that offensive zone, getting some shots from the point,
yep,
as well as attacking on the rush, able to chip some pucks past, they created that 2-on-1.
Yep.
They created a couple other, speed rush plays that the Penguins defense got a number of them. Squish made a couple of nice saves. Glove save there in that one, a big blocker save shortly thereafter. Had a kick save there at the end of the period that sprung Halliday down to the opposite side. So I think overall the Penguins have done a good job keeping the chances from in front of the net in the house area. Haven't been a ton of those. Keeping the shots to the outside, giving Squish some looks at it, but as well as, when they're on their game, they got that forecheck, they got that back check, and they've handled the physicality well.
Yep, absolutely. We're going to need Squish's best here in the third. Halton's going to be coming.
As the fans begin to get into it here from the International Silver Sticks.
Now, Jeremy, you are allowed to win a game 2-0, right?
We are.
So we'll see if the Penguins kind of lock it down here, be responsible offensively, or do they want to just keep putting goals on the board?
I think we'll take either. We definitely want to see the defensive responsibility. We want to see that F3 high in the zone. We don't want to give up odd man rushes.
Correct.
I think that would be the biggest thing.
Yeah, one of the things I like about this Penguins team is how active the defense are. Although in the third period here, you'd like to think maybe they're a little bit more cautious. Same thing goes with the centers. You want to see that center being third guy high, being that third defenseman, being careful.
Well, and work from the middle out in your own end. Protect that house like they've done such a good job of. Brenneman knocked down in front as a centering pass comes through. It just tapped wide, I believe, off the stick of Brenneman. He tries to go to the point there. It's picked off. Here comes Halton. Bros takes it away. Sends it all the way back up. It's icing. If it's far enough, and it is. So the Penguins are going to have to play in the third period here. We had that in the Reapers game where they had a 2-1 lead. Ended up winning 3-2 after the empty netter. Other than that, they've basically had a running clock most of the time.
Yep.
So here they're going to have that 15 minutes of
Faceoff's going to be won inside the Penguin zone, but now here comes Flume and Golnack. Can Flume get it? And he does.
winding in, cutting to the middle, sending it through. Some weird message on my phone.
Now here come the Hurricanes back into the Penguins' end.
Defended by Bros to the outside.
Ooh.
Using the body to protect the puck. He'll find track. Spinning with it, Golnack. Golnack to Carlson. Carlson comes up through center on the right-hand side. We'll see that toe drag. This time read well by the defense. Got the twig out there to break it up. Cleared by Halton. Picked up by Pelly. Pelly to Chappell. Chappell up for Carlson. Carlson in on an onside play. He'll weave to the outside. Cut to the inside. There's Golnack. Now Pelly. Pelly chops at it. Can't keep it in. Chappell will get control at center. There, they use that delayed offside to their advantage.
I like that play by Chappell. He was under pressure. Didn't try to do too much. Just sent it back into the offensive zone.
Halton comes free. Looking in front. It comes off Squish. Backs it around. Squish makes a diving save. Comes across. Swept out by a stick. And the Penguins keep the puck out. A couple massive saves by number one and some defensive sticks getting in the way. As Halton drove that puck into the middle, a scramble play that looked like the Fleury Secret Service save there one time as he dove across with the chest.
That's right. The Fleury Secret Service.
That's what it looked like. It looked like Fleury was taking a bullet for the Stanley Cup in that, what was that, 09? Yeah. As here's Pearsall on the half wall. Back to Foster. Shot just wide of the net. Comes in behind. Jones will tap it to the corner. Pearsall the first one there. Penguins, I would really like him to keep it at this end for a while. Shot from Foster off a stick and just past this twig of Jones sitting on the doorstep. Just knock. He was on that kid's Ring doorbell. That's where he's been all day long as the puck is chopped free. It's in front. It'll come back, and the Penguins bury it. So at one end, the scramble play stays out, and at the other, it's scrambled eggs, and they end up in the back of the net.
Great offensive zone pressure there, Jeremy, for the Penguins. They worked that puck all the way around, and I think it was big number 18, Lucas Jones, the donkey, in front, just hammering away, buries the puck, and, 3-0. I was just about to say the next goal's a big one, and that third goal, putting the Penguins up 3-0 is a big one.
We're getting that made into some swag.
What's that?
Next goal's a big one.
Next goal's a big one.
Again, I don't think we have anything going out at the moment, just so you know. Sorry to all those. We're trying. As it's sent in front, bouncing puck. Popped free. We'll get it uploaded like we have in all tournament long. Here's Jones driving the right. Sent back in front. Cleared up and out by Halton. Bolus will get control. Off the boards for Halliday. Halliday will spin with it. Getting it to the line but can't get it in. Fresh off the bench is Brenneman, but it'll be just an offside play, just barely. 11:13 to play, third period.
Couple puck scrambles there in the neutral zone. Penguins were trying to get an on-man break there. As I just was watching the Hurricanes bench, I saw the coach kind of indicating it looks like we might see some players kind of sneaking back behind the defense here. So something to look for.
And that could be dangerous because you have things like that happen where it opens up in front. A missile from Costa finds iron. Back comes Halton. A toe drag around track, weaving in. Cross ice feed, misses the stick on the backside. There's Costa with it, wedging it up for Brenneman. It's picked off at the point, sent back towards the middle. That'll be picked off by Costa. Costa all around the puck on this shift. He'll get it to Carlson. Carlson drives in, sending a puck all the way through the crease. Bros crashing down the wall to keep it in. And there's what you're talking about, George. Bros crashes down, keeps it in, then retreats right to that defensive position. Also, right there, you saw the that forward 22 trying to sneak out.
Yep.
So the Penguins will have to be aware of that.
Yeah, with 10:20 to go here in the third, they're going to be looking for some quick strike offense. So I think you're going to see that, you might see someone camped out in the neutral zone. If nothing else, just to disrupt the Penguins' offensive zone time.
It'll be a face-off control by Holt. What a change of events. They had that scrum right in front of the Penguins' cage. Penguins able to keep it out. The combination of Squish and the defense keeping the puck out of the net. And then right back at the other end to get it. It could have been 2-1, and instead it's 3-0.
Yep.
Here come, and completely different game. As Pelly fires one, it goes off the glove, sits around in front, still loses. It's chopped underneath the goalie by a defenseman. And this time the Halton defense bailing out their netminder.
Yeah, you go back to that net mouth scramble with Squish there, Jeremy. It almost looked like a piece of plexiglass over the cage. The puck's bouncing all around. He's managing to get an elbow, and he might have got a helmet on one of those too. Just doing anything possible to keep that puck out. And you're right, we go right back down the other side and score. What a turn of events.
Pelly, what a read there to find Flume as Halton challenging those points. Penguins are going to have to be careful with the low to high play here. You mentioned the points being potential breakaway points. The Penguins use them and use them well. As Pelly fires one off the blocker. But they're going to have to be careful because they are keeping those wings up high. It should open up the middle for things like this as Flume drives off the half wall. Back to Chappell. Chappell will twist with it. Good job with the body to protect the puck and find Flume. Up top for Pelly. Pelly fanned on the first attempt, but got the second one off low and hard for a deflection. As Golnak pulls it around, sends it in front. Speaking of plexiglass, I'm not sure how Golnak's shot there didn't go in. Pelly will rip through on the back check off the skate of Pearsall, and the Penguins are back into the Halton zone. He plays catch with Pelly, drives down to the corner. Golnak behind the net.
Just eating clock right now.
Chappie firing one down low into the goaltender's pad and covered.
Nice shift there by the Penguins. You see the D, both Pelly and Chappie, both getting plenty of puck touches, keeping the puck down low.
Did a great job controlling that, getting him deep, getting shots on net, handling the pressure, I think, is the best way. As Jones will get it. They'll work it back to the point. This one, Bolus will snap off, but it's to a Halton player who comes up. Potential 2-on-2. Bolus doing a good job defensively to stay in front as they center one, tying up the stick there. Foster, Jones able to tap it up to Carlson and the Penguins. This could be dangerous for Halton. Carlson's free, winds up, fires, and finds leather. He didn't. I don't think he had that. He had Halliday, but I don't think he had the lane. You could see when Carlson beat that defender, the other defender clearly went to Halliday there.
Yep, absolutely. Great goaltending in this game, Jeremy, by both netminders.
And they'll wave Carlson out. I don't even know what they're waving these kids out for at times. They just like to do it. Trimmed around. Stick lift by Jones. Frees it up for Bolus at center. A bouncing puck into the offensive zone. Wedged out by Jones. It comes back out to center. Here's Foster. Off the backhand of Carlson. He darts in near side to the corner, carrying the puck all the way behind the net where he leaves it for Halliday. Does a jump stop, a big power turn there. Those are power skating classes. As it'll come free over to Carlson, back to Bolus. Bolus fires a laser just over the net. Carlson, smart play to just pop that all the way to the corner.
Eating clock.
Halfway through the third, Penguins leading by a field goal here. Banked off the boards, gathered by Bolus. Halton gets it to the Penguins' end where they gain control. Driving the corner, Bolus will battle all the way there. Centering feed comes off of Foster. He'll send it up looking for Jones. It goes right past Carlson, right past Jones, and Halton has it deep. Working to the corner, 1-on-2 there as Foster ties up a player. Puck's underneath the Halton Hurricane. Penguins with good body position there as they'll battle, and it'll be Foster coming away with it. Looking for Jones. Unable to get control.
There we go.
The first time, but he will the second. Feathering one out for Carlson. Picked off. Here comes Halton. Back into the Penguin zone. And a back checking. You're going to get a hook here on Jones, and the Penguins will have a penalty kill. So 6:43, if there's going to be a time they need one, that time has arrived. Jones getting called for the hook on the back check.
So you have to think, if they're going to get back into this game, Jeremy, 6:43 to go, power play. Big moment in the game here.
No control at the top. We haven't seen the Halton power play yet. We will now. A critical time in the game. Winding, firing, off squish, chopped at, rebound. Once, twice, both of them blocked by Track. It'll come to the point. They'll set things back up. Along the wall, down low to the corner. Defended well by Track. They tried to go back to the wall. He was cutting to the middle. It'll come free to the point. Pearsall pressures as they drive down the half wall. Back up to the point. They'll focus on this near side here. Sending it across ice for a heavy shot. Eaten by Bros. Cleared by the Penguins. But only the center. They can't get it the whole way down. Thought we were going to get an offside call there. Penguins changing here, shorthanded. Dangerous changes. Halton was driving into the net, into the zone. Battled for up top. Taken away by Halton. Centering pass. Good defensive play. Out to the point. Shot comes in. And that comes off the squish tender and finds the back of the cage.
You see, Halton there takes advantage of a Penguins line change. They ended up getting the free possession in the offensive zone. Worked it around, and that shot through the screen. That's a tough one. That's a tough one to stop.
He's going to want it back because he got a glove to it, but I agree. That was a lot of zone time. Guy driving down from the point there, screened in front. You could see Squish looking around the defenders as they did a good job getting traffic in front of the net on that power play, and they've made it 3-1 here. So far from over here in Whitby.
That's what the Hurricanes needed. They needed a goal there. They got it.
Big goal. As they're back in the Penguin zone, possessing to the corner. That one will come in front. And the Penguins are running around in their own end a bit here. That power play goal. Here's Carlson relieving that pressure. As they drive in, where's the Penguins' defense?
We don't need more goals here, right? We just need to be smart defensively.
We see the Penguins there, 4 guys driving the net. As Carlson pressures, he'll kick it free to the corner. Worked in front, Brenneman. There's Pelly crashing down. Back comes Halton. Pelly will pressure it all the way and play takeaway right in front of the Penguins bench. Take control and find Flume. Flume driving the near side. A stop and start move. Powers to the corner. Rimmed around behind for Pearsall. Twisting with it there. Banking one to the point. Bolus, a heavy shot. In front, Flume sends it up and ramping it off the goaltender. Or off the stick in front, I believe. It'll end up into the netting, and with 4:20 to play in the third, Penguins will have an offensive zone draw, right wing side.
The defensive parents might not like this, but if I were coaching, I would say the points are closed, right? Let's just keep that puck down low. Keep sending it down the boards. Keep it down low. And nothing to do with the defenseman, just a bad bounce, right? Pucks can come up.
You want that F3 high. You know, we want to at least, minimum have those two defensemen back, if not that third high center.
Right.
As Halton has it back into the Penguin zone. Back to the point for a shot. Deflects in front by Halton, picked up by Bolus, cleared out by the Penguins. It's Golnack to Pearsall. Pearsall up the right. Stick handling to the corner where it's taken away. A breakout pass, deflects. But Halton will get control, and they've got this power play line that they had back out there.
There you go. Good change there by Flume. Gets the puck to center right and gets it deep. 5 fresh Penguins on the ice, Jeremy.
Carlson in with the puck pressure. Halliday follows up. That pressure forces it to Jones. It just bounces off of his stick. Halton comes back to the Penguins line where Bros sends it back. There's Carlson. They've got way too many men on the ice. No call. It'll pop free to Jones, who finds iron. They changed defensemen with the guy still basically in front of the net. Halton getting away with one there.
There you go. See Carlson backing up there? There we go.
And now they'll have to come through 3 Penguins to get it up ice, and they can't. It's Track to the line to dump it in. Smart play by Lyndon Track.
Yeah, you can see that the mindset of the Penguins is clearly a little different here as they seem to be getting behind the puck here on the defensive side. Very
play
smart.
On that defensive side. There's a prime example is Halliday, that F3. Stepping up now, Track to bank it off the wall. Chipped up by Carlson, but into the bench. And it'll be a face-off just outside the Halton line. 2:37 to play.
That's a winning formula down the stretch there. Just being smart, getting that puck deep. As the Penguins roll in lines now, get another 5 fresh bodies on the ice.
Pearsall, Brenneman, Costa, Pelly, and Chappell. Face-off smacked forward by Halton. Controlled at their line to be dumped in behind the Penguins' net. Goaltender staying in at this point in time as Pelly gets control. Reverses for Chappell. Chappell's got Costa. Great breakout. Penguins find Brenneman. Can he pop free? He swipes it around the defense. Dives in. Chips at it. Pearsall will send it back on net. Kicked away again. Back comes Halton. There's that F3. Pearsall drove in. Halton's going to pull the netminder here. As it's in behind, shot comes in, blocked by Chappell. Pelly down behind the net. 6 Hurricanes on the ice as they center it off the side of the cage. Pulled out by Pearsall. Picked up by Brenneman. Brenneman to Pearsall. Tapped out the center. Penguins will get it all the way to the Halton end. To the corner, they'll twist. Now behind the net. Costa there. Penguins got to keep that F3 high.
That's right.
Wedging one off the side of the cage is Pearsall. In after it, Costa. Minute 27 as Bolus taps it in behind the cage. Smart play there. Joey Costa centering one, though. Nobody home. Stepping up, Carlson waves at it. Here comes Halton. It's an odd man rush. Into the zone. Firing one wide of the squish tender. It'll go to the corner. Battling there, Bolus. Tapped around by Flume. Flume gets control. Wedges it up to the line. Not out. Now bouncing puck eludes Carlson. Centering pass off the twig. Picked up by Golnack. Golnack safely out of the zone. Nice play.
See the way he didn't go for the empty net there, Jeremy? That's a selfless winning hockey. Great play by Golnack.
Rimmed all the way around. It'll be Foster. He'll even take the icing here if you can get it, as it's in the Penguins' end deep. Shoved by Carlson. Showing the grit. Banging along the wall. It'll come free. Foster. Heavy out of the zone. And it will barely. It will be icing. He forgot to call it. Nice job by the officials there communicating, though. 27.9 to play here. 6 Hurricanes on the ice to 5 flightless Birds in the goaltender.
Face-offs are so critical at this point in the game, too.
Pearsall to take the draw. Controlled by Halton. Down to the half wall. Looking in front. Shooting one. Off squish. Cleared out front. It'll be Jones. Jones has Pearsall. He'll find the red line and fire. And he will get it to the back of the cage. And Lucas Jones has made it 4-1. And he will pretty much put a bow on this one with 16 seconds remaining.
Jeremy, I'll tell you, a 4-1 score does not tell the tale of this game. Not even close.
No, Halton, really good team. Would love to get more games with a team like this.
I agree.
Excellent hockey here.
And maybe that's something that comes from a game like this. The two teams get to know each other a bit. It has been a clean game, right? Yeah. And maybe they get something on the schedule.
As Jones comes in again, cutting to the middle. He'll wrist one. That'll avoid the net. Battled for in behind, and we will head to, we get a penalty here. Just as we say it, with 3 seconds left, we get a head contact call. So with 3 seconds left, we'll affect the Penguins' power play stats a little bit. But nonetheless, we're going to head to the semifinals, I believe, in the 11 o'clock hour. So these boys are going to get some breakfast, get some rest.
It's a 4-minute
warm up a little bit.
4-minute penalty.
4-minute penalty with 3 seconds left. And we'll end this one. They'll run the clock. And a 4-1 win for the Penguins will send them to the semifinals. We don't know who we're going to play. If I were to guess, it'll be either Mid-Fairfield or Caesars, Vaughan, or I believe the Marlies would be my guess as to the matchup for the Penguins. One of those 4 teams in the 11 o'clock hour. We'll talk to you soon. Thanks for joining us.